Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of the Points of Articulation. My name's Dave and if you're new to the channel, welcome everyone. Today I'm looking at the Jada Toys Transformers Nano Metal Figs. Now this was released in 2022 and to be honest, I never really review diecast figurines at all. I normally stick to ships and vehicles, but I was walking in my local Walmart and saw this massive box set for only $11.99 and I thought, everything's diecast, it seems like a good deal, might as well pick it up. I've always been a fan of the Transformers ever since I was little. Of course, I grew up with Generation 2. However, watching, I believe it was USA when I was a kid, I would watch Transformers, the originals, and also GoBots non-stop. I loved the characters, especially Optimus Prime, and even though I like the heroes, I have to say, the villains are where it's at. I love the voice of Megatron. Frank Welker does his voice. He's also the guy who does the voice for Fred in Scooby-Doo. You know that guy? He's always like, Jeepers, come on, gang! Anyway, this is an awesome looking product. Alright, so looking at the back of the box, we could see a nice display of all the figures we get in here. There's 18 in total. And then we have these neat little items that we could cut out and make little displays for our pieces. All in all, this looks pretty sick, and each figure is about 1.65 inches or 4.19 centimeters tall. So all in all, let's take a nice close-up look at the back of the box, open this bad boy up, look at all the items inside, and then we'll be done. So let's get started. Alright, for the back of the box, we could see Optimus Prime, Bumblebee, all our fan favorites here, and then we have our little display pieces on the right hand side, and an image showing Megatron and Optimus standing there on top of the cardboard cutouts. So all in all, very nice display. Alright, up first we have our little computer console. It's just folded paper, and then let's put Ironhide on there. And you can see how tall Ironhide is compared to the little computer. Let's try Hot Rod now. Gotta say, it's looking good. And up next, we have our computer console from the Nemesis. Just folded paper like the rest, looking dope. So let's put Soundwave, my favorite Decepticon. Looking great. And also Megatron. Nice. Up next, we have the ARX computer, Teletran 1. And as you can see, it's just cardboard still, no shockers there, so let's try put in Optimus there. Looking dope. Optimus is a larger figure than the rest, just by a little bit. Here we have him next to Bumblebee, and also we have Wheeljack. And up next we have Arcee and Ultra Magnus from the movie and season 3 and 4, looking dope. And here we have all the consoles together, looking sharp. I wasn't expecting to get this with this set, but it's a welcome addition if you're into displaying your pieces. First up, we have the Autobot leader Optimus Prime, and this piece is very well done. We can see his back there, all the little details. For paint, we have blue, silver, red, a different type of blue, and then little bits of white and black for the Autobot symbol and his blaster. All in all, for the first piece, this is very well done, and it sets the precedent for the whole set. Next up, we have Bumblebee, a little bit smaller, but just as detailed. This guy incorporates a little yellow, black, blue, red, and silver, and the mold is great. I love the horns on his head. Up next, we have Hot Rod, probably one of my favorite Transformers, especially from the film. Once he turns into Rodimus Prime and he got season 3 and 4, I sort of lose interest there. I'm into the classic Transformers, but this guy is awesome, and I think the mold is beautiful. Nice shape, and the black and orange and red with the flame effects and the silver and blue for his face. Beautiful. Love the yellow fin on his back as well. Up next, we have Cliff Jumper, which I guess in many ways is like a twin of Bumblebee. A lot of similarities, but they are different with how they act and personality and stuff like that. But for the toy here, very nicely done. I love the red, gray, black, blue, and white on here. Looking dope. And he's got a nice little pose here. Again, nicely done. No complaints here. Moving on, we have Jazz, which looks amazing. We have the white, the black, the red, and the blue all working together with a little bit of silver. I think it came out great. I love the design of Jazz very much, especially his head and his chest. Dope. Moving on to the Decepticons, we have the leader of the Seekers, Starscream, who I always loved as a kid as well. The design here is great. We could see blue, silver, orange, red, black for the head, looking dope, and his null rays, the lasers on his sides, are also molded in. Fantastic work. The fact that all the Seekers turn into jets, I always loved that design. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below, but good piece nonetheless. Moving on, we have Skywarp with his purple, black, and silver color scheme, and he's blasting off. We can see the smoke effect coming off from his feet, and in my opinion, it looks amazing. Now, his null rays are sort of lost in the sauce here, but with everything else going on, I'm not going to complain. I think this is a great design. Moving on, we have Thundercracker, and Thundercracker, Skywarp, and Starscream always go together in my mind, and in a lot of people, since normally those are the main three we always see and always collect. The color scheme here is blue, silver, and black, looking amazing, and again, and we've seen this mold already, it's basically the same as Starscream's. Moving on, back to the Autobots, we have Sideswipe, and I love the dark red and black and silver color scheme this bad boy has. Very nicely done. He's also holding a blaster, and he has that shoulder cannon, which looks great, and blue eyes. Again, really cool pose they got going on here, and the paint scheme just adds to it. We have Ultra Magnus, and I think Jada Toys did a great job capturing all the key components of this particular character, and the paint is really well done as always with this line. We can see the blue, the white, the red, everything's working together, and I love the pose, like he's crouching a little bit, getting ready to punch something or make a move. I dig it. Next, we have the Autobot Prowl, and oh man, they did this guy dirty in the Transformers movie. I always loved the design with the car doors that act as sort of like fins in his back, but regardless, great detail in here, especially with his blaster, midsection and chest, and even his head. Fantastic, and I love the paint job. It's very simplistic, but you know, the character is so cool, at least in my opinion. Again, great piece. Moving on, we have Shockwave, the Decepticon, I guess second in command if you will. He is in charge of Cybertron. The detailing on this figure is amazing. Everything's there, and we have that purple and silver and his, you know, cycloptic eye. Very nice. I actually like this piece quite a bit. And when it comes to Decepticons, I think I actually like all of them. I think the Decepticons are awesome. Back to the Autobots, we have Ironhide, another glorious hero that got destroyed in the Transformers film. Such a shame, because he was a great character. He's a little blocky here, and it looks just like the cartoon. We got blue, red, white, and gray, and it looks fantastic. I really think this is a great piece. And the paint that they're using, I love the reflective qualities of it. Moving on, we have Wheeljack. Again, another great Transformer that met its end in the Transformers film. I love the fins in the back and the actual design. Wheeljack was always like the brains of the group, and I love that when he talked, the sides would glow blue. Again, Jada Toys did a great job bringing this particular character to life in miniature form. Love the paint scheme as well, especially with the green in the front. Moving on, we have the Autobot Sunstreaker, which the mold is really nice here. It's a little hard to see because it's all yellow, but a lot of great detailing. And I love the paint, the black, yellow, the red, silver, and little tiny blue dots for the eyes. Nicely done, and he has his little wrist cannon there. Great stuff. Next up, Autobot RC. Now, I like RC. I thought she was a great character in the film anyway, and her design is really neat. I love what Jada Toys did here. They captured her in that nice pose with the pink and white and blue and red little lips. Great stuff. I know in the Transformers film, Transformers, I guess the shapes were more organic than blocky like in the original 2 seasons, but I like them nonetheless. I think it looks dope. Moving on, one of my favorite Transformers of all time, Soundwave. The mold here is perfect. We have his shoulder piece, we have his cannon, everything's there in the blue, the silver, the yellow, the purple Decepticon symbol, everything's there that should be. I really like this piece quite a bit. And last but certainly not least, we have Lord Megatron in all his glory, and I love the mold on here. From his arm fusion cannon to the details on his back to the front, it is perfect. For the paint, we have silver, red, purple, and glossy black, and I think it goes very well together. It's very accurate to what we saw in the cartoon. For the size, it can't be too detailed, but hey, it has the red dots for the eyes, and that's awesome. And here we have all 18 Transformers out, and I guess I forgot Sideswipe. Let me put them in there real quick. Stick them right in the front. So here we have all 18 Transformers, and they look fantastic. I love the different shapes and the different paint jobs. They just pop, especially on a white background like this. One thing I do love about this set is that there's only one repaint, and that's between Thundercracker and Starscream. Besides that, we have 17 uniquely done pieces, which is great. And that's basically everything I have to say today about the Jada Toys Transformers Nano Metal Figs released in 2022. Again, I do have to say these are roughly 1.65 inches or 4.19 centimeters tall. Now, figures like Megatron, Ultra Magnus, or Optimus Prime are a little bit bigger than the rest, but not by much. In short, I think this is a great collection. Of course, I grew up watching Transformers, so when I saw this, it was a little bit of nostalgia, but the designs here, the paint schemes, everything was great to me. Yes, we do get one repaint with the Seekers, but that's to be expected. It's sort of like an inside joke. All the Seekers are the same exact thing. They repaint them all the time for the normal transforming lines, so it's acceptable to me anyway. I know some people out there would like, a little diversity in their figure poses, but for me, I get it. It's sort of like a joke, so it's fine. Needless to say though, I really get a kick out of this. I think each one looks good in their own way. The painting is fine. Maybe a wash would have helped here or there to really make some of the details pop, but for what they are, it's perfect. One thing I do have to tell everybody though is, with something like this, you have to be very careful that you don't, clank them together or roughhouse with them. I recommend getting these and putting them on your shelf or display case and just leave them alone. Because if you start rustling these, sooner or later, that paint will clank together and chip off, and then you're going to have, raw die-cast metal poking through, which nobody wants. Besides that though, I think this is a great collection, and the fact that they give you the option to cut out the little cardboard display computers and put them for display, that's pretty cool if you're into that. I myself, I thought it was cool to showcase them for the video to show you what you can do, but for me, I think I'm just going to put them on my shelf and that'll be that. They look great, they're not too big, they don't take up too much room, And for a Transformers or diecast collector, I really do recommend them. So that does it. I hope you all enjoyed this little review. If you did, smash that like button. And if you'd like to see new videos every week, subscribe. Again, to all of you, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to watch my content. I greatly appreciate it, and I hope to see you next time. Bye, everybody.